The Azerbaijani Air and Air Defense Force, often referred to as the Azerbaijani Air Force, is the Air Force and Air Defense Force of the Azerbaijani Armed Forces. The roots of the current organization go back to June 26, 1918, when the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic bought its first military aircraft. After independence in 1991, the presence of former Soviet air bases in Azerbaijan helped the Air and Air Defense Force develop. Current organization. The MiG-29 has been designated as the standard aircraft for the Azerbaijani. Brinkster.net reported in October 2004 that the Azeri Air and Air Defense Force comprised a fighter squadron at Azerbaijani Air Base with IG-25 PDs and training variants, a bomber aviation regiment at Kurdamir with Su-17, 24/25 MiG-21s, and L-29 39s, a transport aviation squadron at Ganja Airport with Il-76s, N-12/24s, and U-134s, a helicopter squadron at Bakukala Air Base with I. 2 August 24s, 2 aircraft repair factories, and 2 air defense missile units. Other air bases include Dolyar Air Base, Nikishevan Airport in the Nikishevan Exclave, Sankakal Air Base, and Sitalkay Air Base. Azeri pilots are trained at the Azerbaijan Air Force School and then develop the skills further within the units. Azerbaijan has an experience exchange with Turkey, the United States, Ukraine, and a number of other NATO countries. Turkish Air Force School plays a great role in the training of military pilots. The Azerbaijani pilots are also trained in Ukraine's pilot training school. Recent events. On February 11, 2009, the commanding officer of the Air Force, General Lieutenant Rail Zhayev, was assassinated outside his home. Zhayev had been reportedly negotiating closer ties with the United States regarding Air Force modernization before his death, possibly including the acquisition of U.S. fighter aircraft. The post was vacant until another officer, Matiev, was appointed in December 2009. On March 3, 2010, an Azerbaijani Air Force Su-25 crashed in the Tofoz region of Azerbaijan, killing the pilot, Famil Mammadli. An investigation is ongoing to determine the cause of the crash. On February 3, 2011, an Azerbaijani Air and Air Defense Force Su-25 UB crashed in the Kurdamir region of Azerbaijan. Both crew members were not injured. Modernization. Jane said in 2009 that efforts to acquire more modern hardware are understood to have been underway for several years, but funding constraints proved to be a stumbling block. Until quite recently, only limited success was achieved, with the most significant addition to the inventory being a handful of Su-25s that were obtained from Georgia in 2002. In 2007, however, Azerbaijan took delivery of the first of a substantial number of MiG-29 Fulcrum fighters. These are understood to have originated from disparate sources, including Belarus, Russia and Ukraine, with at least some having been overhauled at Odessa in Ukraine prior to delivery. The United States is the most active participant in the modernization of Air Force airfields. Airfields in Gala and the Azerbaijani Air Base near Hajiz and Alabidin settlement have been modernized with U.S. support as part of the Azerbaijan-NATO Individual Partnership Action Plan. Special equipment were installed there to provide flight security. The starting command points, engineering control systems and engineering Air Force service were provided with new buildings. Negotiations over the modernization of Kurdamir Airfield are currently underway. An advanced flight control system has been installed at Dolyar Air Base with support from the United States. Since September 2008, fleet. Turkey has helped to modernize the Air Force Central Command headquarters. According to a Turkish area agreement, a NATO standard Central Command Management Center will be installed there. A great number of projects such as joint manufacture of unmanned aircraft will be implemented with Turkey in the near future. Air Defense Force. The Air Defense Force is a component of the Air and Air Defense Force of Azerbaijan. There are some installations of the Cold War era left by the Soviets in 1990. The Gabala-Oth radar in Azerbaijan is operated by the Russian Space Forces. The radar station has a range of up to 6,000 kilometers, and was designed to detect missile launches as far as from the Indian Ocean. It is not known whether Russia shares any of the radar's data with Azerbaijan. In 2006, the U.S. provided Azerbaijani military with additional radar installations. Plans were announced for the U.S. to modernize one radar station near the Iranian border at Lerik and another near the border with Georgia at Agstafa. Joint work also commenced on two radar stations on the Russia-Azerbaijani border and Iran-Azerbaijani border to monitor Caspian Sea traffic. Azerbaijan has also a number of missile systems covering Azeri airspace. The NATO-designated SAR-2 guideline has been installed around Baku, and additional installations are near the border with Iran and Dagestan. Some are installed to defend against Armenian aircraft. In terms of numbers, the IISS reported in 2002 that Azerbaijan had 100 S-75 Divina, S-125 Neva Pekra, and S-200 systems, among them of the medium-range SAR-4. For short-range, the SAR-8 and the SAR-13 mobile SAM and the ZSU-23 Shilka vehicles to cover the armored forces against airstrikes. Azerbaijan has also lighter AA guns and shoulder-launched SAMs varying quality. In 2009, Azerbaijan's defense ministry signed a contract with Russia's Rosoboronexport company to buy 2 battalions of S-300 PMU-2 Favorite. In January 2012, Azerbaijan and Israel signed a $1.6 billion deal that includes anti-aircraft and missile defense systems. Aircraft inventory. In September to October 2010, Azerbaijan purchased 24 Mi-35M from Rostvertol. 8 of them have been delivered in the end of the first quarter of 2012 and 4 more in August 2012. With the arrival of the MiG-29s, the Air Force appears to have retired the MiG-25 aircraft that it used to fly from Nazosnaya Air Base. IISS estimates in 2007 reported 26 as still in service. Other figures previously placed the total as high as 38. The Air Force retains in store L-29 and L-39 fighter training aircraft produced in the Czech Republic and Ukraine. Azerbaijan also manufactures Israeli-designed spy planes. Among the licensed UAVs is the Orbiter 2M and the Aerostar. Both are manufactured at the government-owned Azad Systems Company plant near Baku. The head of the defense industry, Yeva Jamalov, said that by the end of 2011 a total of 60 UAVs will be produced.